So we are out at Lost Dutchman State Park in the Phoenix area. This is Rusty Parkhurst.
Hello, everybody.
Some of you guys probably already know Rusty from his articles on improvephotography.com. If you're interested in awesome articles, go read Rusty at improvephotography.com. He's been hanging out with us at the Improve Photography Retreat this week. So this is one of the events where we're having a sunset. You can see we have about an hour until the sun is setting. The moon is rising behind us, and we have the Dutchman up there. That's called the Dutchman?
Yeah, it's technically Lost Dutchman's gold mine. It's, you know.
So a Dutchman's lost gold mine is up there.
Supposedly, yeah.
Or is he lost?
It's a local, it's a Superstition Mountains, so it's a local story that's been out for, I mean, it's been around for over 100 years, Lost Dutchman gold mine.
Okay.
People go out there looking for it all the time, so.
And so the Dutchman himself is lost and his gold?
Just his gold.
Oh, okay.
But the ghost of him is apparently wandering around shooting at people every once in a while. So
shooting at people?
Some people have been shot at.
Wow.
Like in the 70s and 80s, people went out there and they literally got shot at, went up there again, couldn't find anybody, had no idea what happened. They just, so it could be the ghost of him shooting at him. Who knows? It's a crazy urban legend. So it's fun.
So we're out on a landscape photography sunset, and we'll take Rusty along. We'll have a little bit of discussion on our settings when we get out there, but it'll be a big group of people out here at the Desert Shoot from the IP retreat. And so we'll see a lot of other photographers out here, and we'll see what we can learn, see how much we can enjoy. I don't know where we're hiking to, nor how far we'll go in, but let's see what it's like.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Watch as the moonlight creeps into the room. You're in the headlights. I wanna feel the way you do. Remember the summer? We chased the morning light. We ran for hours.
So it's a nice sunny day, and not very much clouds, but these clouds are really high in light, and the sunset could still be amazing. In Arizona, there's not a whole lot of landscape to block the sunset. So these high clouds get really lit up, could be really purple, red, and orange colors. Hence the Phoenix Suns, logo using purple and orange. It's a normal phenomenon that happens here during sunset. So,
What do you think, Rusty? Do you think we have a composition that makes sense? Because we have an obvious rock formation, but what are you going to try and do?
I really want to try to get some of these, the way these cacti are lit up with the sun in the foreground, just like glowing in the sun.
exactly.
Do you think you're going to do something that's a time composite, 2 different times a day, or something where it's right there at the sunset?
I don't know yet. Probably just take a lot of images and then see what I can do later with them in post.
Leaves us in the dark. It's all so clear now. It takes me back to the start. Remember the summer? We chased the morning light. We ran for hours. You were always on my mind. We tried to make it out alive.
Well, I just came across this path and I heard a little rattle. And I was like, what was that? Oh, I know what that was. That was a rattlesnake. He's trying to cross the road here. And I got a little too close to him, so he was telling me to, hey, back off. I'm crossing the road here. Don't tread on me. I'm just gonna see if I can get a picture of his pretty little body before he goes off into the brush. So there's a misconception with rattlesnakes is that they're vicious and mean, but they're only mean when you get too close to them and encroach on their space. So you want to keep a distance. If you hear the rattle, that's a warning. Yeah, see, now he knows I moved a little too fast, so now he's curling up to protect himself. He doesn't like that I moved too fast, and I snuck up on him because I was behind him. Then he heard me move, and now he's in a protective stance. So he will strike if I get too close. But if I stand here and I'm not any threat to him, he'll relax. He's relaxing now. He's moving away cautiously. He still is keeping his eye on me because I scared him. And now he's relaxing and I'm not moving anymore and he's more comfortable to move on. So there he goes. He's back on his way. He's a pretty big guy. Looks like he's about 3 feet long. He's just gonna move on to another part, maybe under that bush. I've been here before when I was a scout when I was really young, but that was like when I was 12 years old or something like that. So I don't remember a whole lot about this area, but it's so neat. I mean, just these rocks jutting up, they're like big saber-tooth type shapes and stuff. They're just really cool. And it's a neat area. And I think it looks like there's a cave up there. You have to scale a really big rock to get up there. I don't know if you could possibly get there.
So unless the sky blows up, I'm gonna be kind of SOL, but with the leading line, we've got the Cactus Superstition. So hopefully we get some color up there and it'll create a great additional element for this image.
Awesome. This is Elise Bender. She goes by Bender only, really. Looks like we're losing some light with those clouds coming, so good luck. I'm gonna be over there and hopefully make something happen with mine. Good luck with your guys's. Am I in your frame with this tripod up here? Okay, I'm still trying to find my spot. I've got a cool cactus that I want in the frame, but do I want it blocking as much of this orange rock as I have? This guy over here, you can see on the right, he's interesting and he'd be a good frame on the edge, something to carry everything else in, but it's imbalanced. I've got a lot of empty space right here. So do I go over here further to the right? Do I come up? I like the shot. I think I'm just gonna make it happen. So I'm gonna keep moving around and see what I get.
Watch as the moonlight leaves us in the dark. It's all so clear now.
It's not great. There's too much awesome, and there's also too many gaps between the awesome. You have one left of the frame or one right of the frame that's either too heavy or too light, and it's not balancing together, and I've got fleeting maybe 10-15 minutes before the sun is down and I don't have any light on the rock face, so I just gotta go. Look at all these guys. This is awesome. Photographers have gathered around the one saguaro, however you say those cacti. And now Rusty's taking photos of his camera, taking photos.
I got my professional camera out.
So there's thousands of dollars over there. He's playing with his $700 iPhone.
It makes calls too.
Well, the day my camera receives calls, that'll be horrible.
Why don't they make a camera with their phone?
That's awesome.
Oh, battery's getting low.
Yeah, you've got the bush that I was trying to make a frame with, and it's balancing out pretty well for you. Good thing I left.
I was trying to separate that cactus a little bit from the rock.
Yeah, when it's on the rock, it's either a tangent or it goes and hides in it.
Yeah. Really probably should get a little lower.
I'm thinking we will. Well, it's behind clouds, so there's a chance that it goes down below and does the orange that it just did a second ago. We had a moment there where the darn clouds were covering the sun. We couldn't see any light on the hills up here. They were kind of like this, flat. But then it came below a band of clouds and it really lit up. It really was bright. And so we're hoping for that again, but it's gonna be a fleeting moment when it happens.
It's gonna be really short. The sun's really close to the horizon, so there's just a little sliver of clearing in the cloud that's gonna be really quick.
And if only we could have gotten that moon in frame. Oh, right there, boom. That would be awesome.
I wonder if we could get it like on the, maybe after the sun's down, get
I'm up for that.
the moon off the tip of the cactus.
Blue hour cactus, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Get a telephoto lens and maybe go over there.
Oh, I'm in, yes. All right, I'm gonna get my camera battery ready and good to go when this thing gets ready again, so good luck. Good luck. So I'm waiting right now for another moment where we get some nice red coloring in the rock. So while I'm waiting, I might as well tell you guys, I'm messing around with a multiple exposure. I have it set for bracketing automatically. It's just simply set to do 1 under, neutral, and 1 over. So wherever I have it set for, it will give me 3 stops of exposure. And you know, I'm really liking the setup. I like what I have. It's got to be tight and portfolio, or it's got to be a portrait view in order to get everything I want where I want it. And maybe it's a bit too centered with this guy in the middle, but I didn't want to crop anything him off. There wasn't enough interest over here or over here to make it worth cropping him. So this is the way it's going to go. So my settings are jumping back and forth depending on the light. I'm staying at f8 and I'm working with ISO at 100, and I'm just changing my shutter. I go lower, higher, depending on how I want to bring out the light on the rock, or whether I want to bring out the small dim light that's showing up on this plant in front of me. So I'm just kind of rocking it back and forth and seeing how it goes, and we're just waiting for that sunlight to possibly still hit this rock. Otherwise, I already got my shot. It was a little bit different than this, but it probably will work out. Now it's well after the sunset. We're still seeing light on the edge of the horizon. The moon is much more visible up there. There's still a few of us out here capturing shots, getting moments of the fleeting sunset and waiting for the right light for maybe a moon and cacti shot. Me, my shot, proud of what I was trying and attempting, the focus stacking, working with the framing. I think I found something better than what I had 3 shots ago, is that there's a full moon right now. So any cloud life that's up there is picking up the color from the full moon and making it white. So Rusty, what are you going for in your last shot?
Trying to get the full moon right on the tip of that saguaro cactus.
Oh, yeah. And
I can get the camera, set the camera up a little bit low just so it's right on the tip of that cactus.
well, that's awesome. Have you had one that's close enough to the tip that makes you happy to do it?
Well, I just started, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, I won't stop you because the timing's important. Sorry I stopped you so far.
I would never let you leave. It's not too late to make it as we planned, 'cause we still got a shot in the dark. Still got a shot in the dark. You and I.
Hey Rusty, do you mind giving me a critical hand? Or are you in the middle of a shot? Because I can wait, but not terribly long. Apparently my backpack, when it got moved, it got put on a cactus. And so when I went to put it on my back, it stuck that cactus into my back. Yeah, and I'm gonna give you some pliers. I'm gonna need you to remove them from my shirt, and hopefully there's a couple that are going into my skin. And I think that it'll be too hard for you to take off without these, and I'll give you some light. I know, I'm like, oh, there's a cactus still on the back of this bag. So I pulled it forward. I'm like, it's not on the bag anymore. Where is it? And I'm like, ah, there it is. Boom. Hey guys, 2 nights ago and very little sleep later, we have come from that night shooting the sunset at Lost Dutchman State Park in Arizona to Kolob Canyon, Zion National Park in Utah. Up there is Rusty and Brendon and my camera.
So at Lost Dutchman's, I really tried to get some decent shots of the mountain, but actually some of my favorites were the ones where I got intimate with some of the little cactus plants and stuff, and after the sun had set.
That sounds horrifying.
So the last thing you want to do is really get intimate with a cactus. I've got some intimate portrait shots of the cactus. How about that? Does that sound better?
Yeah, less painful.
Definitely less painful. So the intimate landscapes are actually, I'm finding more of my thing, I guess. It's really hard to capture the epicness of this area here. I mean, it's just insane. So I tend to focus more on like a little plant or like this tree here that's actually really awesome. It's just got so much character, and it's got the leaves, the little leaves fluffing off the top and stuff. And this kind of tree is really interesting, but it's right next to this huge epic red wall. So I like to kind of focus on something like this, and this is like the setting that it's in, you know. It's so hard to capture this entire wall. I mean, it's just amazing. But you just don't understand the perspective from video and even from photographs. You really can't. It's really hard to describe in a photograph how amazingly epic this is.
Yeah, Lost Dutchman was a pretty cool place. I just loved all the saguaro cacti out there, and had a beautiful sunset with some nice color in the clouds. So I did a little bit of a combination of a couple of different things. I shot towards the sunset with the saguaro as a silhouette, and then I also shot towards the mountain with the sunset behind me, and just waiting for the sun to peek through the clouds and light up that rock with some saguaro and another cholla in the foreground. So I haven't had a chance to get them off the camera and really look at them yet, but hopefully they turn out good.
I'm gonna take the rest of my panorama shots, because look at this rock wall. I mean, I've got a really beautiful scene.